What is going on, everybody out there in the YouTube trucking community? Sean Cahalan, Christian Brother Trucker, coming at you again with another video today. And today is just going to be a mishmash conglomeration of topics because I haven't posted a lot of videos in the last couple months. I've been going through a lot. So I was just going to cover a little bit on catching everybody up. I just dropped a video about truck navigation, but I was also talking about I tried to go over to Central Oregon Truck Company to try to go into a different job that was going to pay a lot better on the Northwest Heavy Haul Fleet flatbed, but I didn't pass the driving test there. So I basically tried to go to work for a similar company that was a little bit closer to my house. I think it was Gary Amos Trucking, doing heavy haul, Northwest Regional, and it was supposed to pay a little bit better as well. I did this really long drive test. It was about an hour and a half, almost 2 hours long, and the driving test went really, really well. It was a 13-speed Freightliner, 4-axle tractor, but I was pulling a 4 or 5-axle flatbed. Anyway, so yeah, I drove all over the place, did a nice long driving test, and it went really well, and I thought that I had the job, but then I got a phone call a day or two later, and they said that they wouldn't hire me because of my job history, my spotty job history, and so I guess, when you bounce around jobs too much, it does make you look like you aren't going to be a good fit for some of these better driving jobs. So that hurt quite a bit because I ended up taking almost 2 weeks off trying to line up another job. But I got to give props to Knight Transportation because I called my fleet manager after I got that phone call and they told me that I wasn't going to get the job. I called up my fleet manager here at Knight, and he held the truck for me. He rented me a car to get back and to get back in the truck and start driving like I never left. He never canceled me out of the system or termed me out of the system, and so it was like I never left. I got to say that my management team over in Tulsa, Oklahoma is the most amazing driving management team I've ever worked for. I got to give them props. I really like working for them, and as I've explained in some of my other videos, the management style is not the problem. It's really not. It's been a financial problem for me. As some of you know, I moved from Arkansas all the way up to Idaho. That cost me, quite a bit of money. I had my rent tripled that I was paying for the house that I just moved into. And when I came over here to Knight Transportation, I did take a pay cut. So all of the financial stuff, I started living off my credit cards and, putting a lot of my bills and stuff and all that on credit cards to try to make the transition, and the plan is to try to get caught up on the credit card bills. But as a lot of you out there know, that once you start putting a lot of money on credit cards, you fall behind really quick. So I'm back at Knight Transportation. I'm attempting to train, but we're having a lot of problems with getting a trainee on the truck because they're trying to match the right trainee to put on the truck, so on and so forth. So that's been quite a disaster. And in the last couple of weeks, or the last week, I've picked up 3 different trailers that have had flat spotted tires. And this is where a yard dog or a yard jockey hooks up to a dry van and starts tugging on it before all of the brakes are released. Trailer number 3 that I've picked up with this problem. The first one, I swung it by a Speedco, and I got there right before they closed, so I had to stay the night, and I woke up the next morning and had them fix those tires. I got that load done. I picked up another trailer right after that that had flat spotted tires on it as well, and I didn't catch it on the pre-trip because evidently I was sitting right on top of the flat spots. So I did my pre-trip, mid-trip, or something like that, and picked up on the fact that it had flat spotted tires. So I dropped it at a terminal, and then grabbed another empty, grabbed this load that I'm on right now. And again, I didn't catch it on the pre-trip. I'm gonna have to start doing my pre-trip walk around and then rolling the trailer forward another couple feet and then looking at the tires again, because it's really easy to miss flat spotted tires because you can be sitting on those flat spots, and if you're sitting on those flat spots, you're not going to see it. And then if you go and get pulled into a DOT station and those flat spots are up in the air where the DOT officer can catch it, you're going to get nailed for 2 bad tires. So trailer number 3, and like I said, the flat spots can be really easy to miss. So you know, if I have a teaching or training moment or suggestion, or my recommendation when you're doing your pre-trips is walk around, check your tires, and then roll them up. Roll the truck forward about a foot and walk around and look at your tires again. Because if you're sitting on those flat spots, you're not going to see them in your walk around. So that's the latest and greatest there. I just looked at the DOT freight rate board today, and our freight rates are dropping like a brick. It's more like a slow, steady decline. I've been saying that we're going to be hitting a recession and that we are going to be in a lot of trouble, and it's coming, and it's coming fast. One of the things that I tell other people is you got to watch the flatbed freight rates. Usually it'll start with the dry van, or it'll start with reefers, and then it'll trickle down. And once it gets to the flatbeds and the flatbeds stop hauling freight, that means they're not building anymore. Once the flatbed freight rates and freight demand starts to slow down and this country stops building stuff, we're in trouble. And then we're going to hit a 2008 all over again. Those of you that were trucking back in 2008, some of you weren't, but what happened in 2008, 2009 is we hit a massive recession where freight rates were down to $2 a mile, and owner-operators were going broke by the droves. And dry van freight rates are down to about, I think I saw $220. Reefer rates are down to about $250, and flatbed rates are right around the same. $270, something like that. But yeah, so all 3 markets, all 3 divisions of trucking are starting to plummet. And if we get down any more, it's going to get worse before it gets better. So I'm thinking about filing bankruptcy because I'm not going to be able to get caught up on my bills. And I'm just not willing to take a chance on leaving a job that has steady income to it. You know, if I switch jobs right now, with the economy being the way it is, you know, I can get established over somewhere else, and then I'm just going to run into the same slow freight market. It you know, it's everywhere. So I don't know. I'm just going to file bankruptcy, start over financially, and hopefully that'll be enough. God will help. I'm praying that God helps me through this. And God and the Holy Spirit told me to stay put, stay where I'm at, keep doing what I'm doing. So we're going to ride this out. That pretty much catches you guys up on pretty much everything. I just haven't been able to get a trainee on my truck since I came back over here. And so, you know, my miles are okay. I'm getting, 2,500 miles a week. Paychecks are okay. It's nothing to write home about. But freight's slow. And it's affecting everybody. So I just gonna ride it out, see how things go. Keep praying. Keep putting my faith in God that God's gonna see me through, and that we're gonna get everything figured out here. I'll be dropping some more videos. If you guys come up with any topics that you'd like me to talk about, let me know. I'm thinking about doing another video on logging and maximizing your logs in your drive time. I just did one on navigation, so if you want to learn some hints, tips, and tricks on how to use multiple different tools on how to navigate, make sure you don't get lost, make sure you don't get your truck in a position where it shouldn't be, go ahead and watch that video. And just trying to put some information out there coming from a driver who's been out here for a long time and has learned these things over the years. And anything that I can share with you that makes your life easier, I try to bring that forward and try to help people out. So if you guys like this video, please like and subscribe and share. And as always, thank you for watching, and God bless you all.